guys, welcome back to CP Gaming, episode 2 of my AEW Change the World mod. We are at our very first Dynamite, very first televised show for AEW. We are going to be in Daly's place. This is going to be our home for a little while, just till we get our feet under the ground. So without further delay, we are on TNT. Let's move straight into the show. And in a pre-show match, Joey Ryan defeated Matt Cross in 12 minutes by pinfall with a super swinging neck breaker. 48 wrestling, 32 crowd and a 54 segment rating. Matt Cross a 59 and Joey Ryan a 42. We'll kick off that nice pre-show. In an abysmal pre-show match, Rio defeated Leia Deptepa in 8 by pinfall with jumping knee attack. Wrestling rating of 27, the crowd rating must have fell asleep or gone for some drinks. Only a 3. Segment rating of 33. Rio had a 35, Leia had an 18. Rio debuted an underdog gimmick and it got very good, and these two do not click at all, which meant it was an awkward bout. And our final pre-show match, in a terrible pre-show match, Flip Gordon defeated Brandon Cutler in 11 minutes by pinfall. The match was designed to roll around a lot of high spots. Wrestling rating 33, crowd rating 21, segment rating 36. What a terrible pre-show. In front of 2,270 people. Yeah, we're coming for you, WWE. We're coming for you. Flip Gordon 43, Brandon Cutler 23. Flip Gordon's off his game and they don't click. And Flip Gordon, did you turn up tonight at all, son? Anyway, pre-show out of the way. That's why the pre-shows, right? We learn stuff. We move straight into the show, where we have fireworks and loud music opens up the very first edition of Dynamite. The camera pans to the commentary team, which consists of Tony Schiavone and Excalibur, and Tony says, "Welcome to AEW Dynamite on TNT. This is a new era in the world of professional wrestling, where the best come to show you their talent. I'm Tony Schiavone, and with me every week is none other than the great Excalibur." Excalibur says, "What a welcome that is, Tony. I'll send you the money over later." On tonight's first ever weekly show for AEW, we have been told new champions will be crowned at Wrestle Dream. So we will have a new World Heavyweight Champion, a new Women's World Champion, and new World Tag Team Champions. How we get there? We've also been informed there is 3 tournaments with 8 competitors in each to get to the final matches. Each week we will have one match from each title group on Dynamite, and we will kick off our first match with a women's world title quarter-final match right now. 54 segment rating, and Excalibur love going off script. So, our very first match of AEW Dynamite is Tessa Blanchard versus Penelope Ford, and in a bout that had subpar wrestling and little heat, Tessa Blanchard defeated Penelope Ford in 7 minutes by pinfall with a pile driver. Tessa Blanchard a 65, which is pretty decent. Penelope Ford a 31. Got the crowd horror, wrestling rating of 48, crowd rating of 27, and a segment rating of 50. 5. Tessa moves forward to the semi-finals. We then go to the locker room where we see the Elite getting ready for the night and chatting. Matt Jackson says, "Tonight, guys, is a great night to be a wrestling fan. We all need to put on a great show to repay these fans for all the support." Nick Jackson says, "You're right, Matt. We all have quarterfinal matches tonight. The Young Bucks will go on to become the first AEW Tag Team Champions, and you, Kenny, will go on to be the first AEW World Champion." Kenny Omega says, "Of course we are. You know why, Bucks? because we are elite. I'm the cleaner, and I will sweep away anyone who gets in my way. 58 segment rating. A bit more of an intense Kenny Omega there. Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson seem a bit pumped up for the night, but Kenny Omega seems a little bit more intense. We then move into a match where the Jurassic Express make their debut, and in about that decent wrestling but little heat, Sammy Guevara, Bandido and Ethan Page defeated Jurassic Express, which consisted of Jack Perry, Marco Stunt and Luchasaurus in 9 minutes, when Sammy Guevara pinned Marco Stunt with a go to hell. 51 wrestling rating, 23 crowd rating, a 61 segment rating. Better than what I thought it would do. Luchasaurus a 50, Marco Stunt a 41, Jack Perry 43, Jack Perry a 41, Ethan Page a 51, Bandido a 65, and Sammy Guevara a 56. Jack Perry's Jungle Boy gimmick got poor, Sammy Guevara got poor, the rest did pretty decent. Marco Stunt seems to be over with the fans, and it got the crowd hotter. Star performer of that was clearly Bandido. But yeah, I was not expecting a 61 from that match, so I will take that. Moves us in the right direction. We then see a pre-taped video of Cody Rhodes. He sat down in a chair with his suit on, with Brandy Rhodes stood at the side of him. And he says, the rise of AEW means one thing for wrestling and wrestlers: opportunity. After WCW had gone and TNA wrestling started to fall, there was nowhere else for you to go unless you was willing to travel to Japan and leave your family behind. Now we have a promotion that not only will give you that chance to prove yourself, it will also give you the chance to reinvent yourself. For me personally, I am entered into the World Heavyweight Tournament, and that means only one thing: I will walk out of Wrestle Dream champion. 75 segment rating. Cody Rhodes setting his stalls out very early on AEW Wrestling, and he does well going off script. Decent 75 there. We will take it. Obviously, after that promo, I'm just going to let you guys know, after that promo, I was pretty impressed with myself because it landed bang on the hour. Just so you know, Dynamite's on for 2 hours. It landed exactly on the hour. Prime Vince Russo right there. Because we landed bang on the hour and we went for a break. It was the end of the first half, as he used to say. And we kick off the second half after the break. We return to the ring where we see MJF in the ring, looking all confused, standing there animated, throwing his hands up and down, until finally he picks up the microphone and he says, "Did you just see that crap from Cody?" I mean, talk about desperate. He will jump from promotion to promotion to get what he wants. But for MJF, I will. But before he can finish, Marty Scurll's music hits and he comes out. MJF. You stupid little boy. Be careful what you say about people. You don't want an entire club raining down on you. I see you ain't in the world title tournament. Before you say anything, I know I'm not. But I know what I want, and that isn't it right now. So why don't me and you have ourselves a little match right now? MJF says, after leaning up against the ropes. First of all, well done. You know my name. Second of all, why is a Brit with yellow teeth thinking he's a villain out of Batman? You ain't the Penguin, boy! The crowd got absolutely mental. As for your offer, I hadn't planned on wrestling tonight, but I could do with a workout. So if you are ready, Mr. Umbrella, 68 segment rating. Mike Skill struggled when going off script, which I do not believe one bit because he is pretty decent improvising. But we'll take that and moving into the match. In a decent match, Marty Skill defeated Maxwell Jacob Freeman in 15 minutes by disqualification. So basically, they're having a back and forth. Marty Skill is getting on top. MJF doesn't like it. Ref's distracted. He picks up Marty Skill's umbrella, and as he swings and hits him at the bottom of the back, the referee turns around and sees it. He's caught red-handed, and he is disqualified. 55 wrestling rating, 36 crowd rating, and a 56 segment rating. Not the best, could have been better. MJF for the 38, Marty Scales 72, and the creative finish was a failure. Oh no. But we will move on from that. Nice little feud, hopefully moving forward. And obviously we do have them, like I say, aside. We've got 4 main pay-per-views, and then we're going to have stuff in between. So there's going to be 6 weeks between each pay-per-view, I believe, if I can remember rightly. Obviously, I don't know whether I'm going to have one as the side ones as pay-per-views or as TV specials. I have to have a look into that. But I will let you guys know when I know. We then see backstage Tessa Blanchard is walking towards the locker room when she's stopped by Madison Rayne. Well done tonight, Tessa, but it wasn't much of a test for you. Just so you know, I am also in the tournament, and I am a completely different opponent. I will go on to win the title, and I will continue to reign over the AEW women's division. Madison walks away as Tessa just turns and has a smile on her face. So the gauntlet's been thrown down by Madison Rayne. We then go back to the ring where we have Adam Page, and he welcomes Daily's Place to AEW. And he says, what kind of wrestling show would this be without someone offering an open challenge? And the crowd start cheering and applauding and start singing, open challenge, open challenge. So anyone back there who wants a match on the very first AEW Dynamite, I'm here, ready, I'm waiting. 43 segment rating, and that open challenge is accepted by Brian Pillman Jr. And in a poor match, Adam Page defeated Brian Pillman Jr. in 10 minutes by pinfall with a buckshot lariat. 44 wrestling, 34 crowd, and a 53 segment rating. Adam Page a 56, Brian Pillman got a 31. Pillman David is cocky gimmick, and it got very good rating. After the match, Adam Page lifts Brian Pillman Jr. hands as the crowd applaud, and the two embrace in a hug. So Brian Pillman Jr. is all elite. It's a pretty decent match. We then move back to the commentary team, where they're hyping up next week tournament matches, where we will have Jordan Grace versus Mandy Leon, SCU versus the Briscoes, and Christopher Daniels versus Brian Cage. So Jordan Grace quarterfinal match, women's, SCU and the Briscoes in the tag, and Christopher Daniels and Brian Cage in the world heavyweight tournament title quarterfinal match for the main event. 57 segment rating. We then cut to a quarter-final tag team match where we have, in a decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, the Young Bucks defeated Alex Reynolds and John Silver in 12 minutes with Matt Jackson pinned Alex Reynolds with a Meltzer driver. In terms of in-ring work, Matt Jackson was head and shoulders above everyone else. Wrestling rating 60, crowd rating 29, and a segment rating of 74. We needed that because we hadn't had the perfect show so far. John Silver got a 52, Alex Reynolds a 48, Nick Jackson 73, Matt Jackson a decent 78. So the Young Bucks move through to the semi-finals, and Alex Reynolds and John Silver are out of the tag team tournament. But after the match, John Silver and Alex Reynolds rise from the mat as Matt and Nick are celebrating, and they attack the Young Bucks, and they are beaten down in the ring and left laying down as Alex Reynolds and John Silver get out of the ring and walk up the ramp, not interacting with the crowd, not even turning around to see the Bucks. 44 segment rating. So John Silver and Alex Reynolds clearly not happy with their loss tonight. The Young Bucks down and out on the AEW Dynamite first show, but they did pick up the win and they are in the semi-finals. We then cut to the main event where we see Kenny Omega get an overbooked entrance. Lots of fireworks, interacting with the crowd, a very slow walk to the ring. It's a good 5 minutes for him to get into the ring. He's interacting with every single person on the front row. They are making the most of this time. They are showing the fans, if you come to AEW, you will get interaction. 75 segment rating. And in the main event, in the quarter-final match, we have Kenny Omega versus Joey Janela. In a decent match, Kenny Omega defeated Joey Janela in 18 minutes by pinfall with a cross-legged fisherman's buster. 58 wrestling, 50 crowd, and a 69 segment rating. Kenny Omega had a 73, Joey Janela 43. And they do not click, which is always good to know. That was our main event, guys. 69 rating, main event. I'm hoping we've done alright here. I want to be aiming for 70 plus each show. I think that's what we can easily get to. But we need to be able to be doing that to be challenging WWE because they have some big stars. So, yeah. Let's have a quick look on how we finish this show. We get a 70 rating. I called it. I want 70 or above and I got a 70. It does increase our popularity in 11 regions as we are only shown in America right now as we have no deal for anywhere else. I'm going to have a look to see if anything pops up because nothing pops up for Mexico, the British Isles, Europe, and you get the rest. So we will have to wait until we grow, until people want us. But 2,270 people seem to enjoy the show. It's a good end to the show. Could have been better with that main event. But, you know, we will take a 70 in our first Dynamite. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this second episode on the first AEW Dynamite. Please comment, like, and subscribe. It does help. I do appreciate everyone that has been viewing my videos. People already that subscribed. We have moved up quite a bit in this last month. I would love to continue to move up in the subscribing section. 19 away from that magical 100. If I can get to 100 before Christmas, that would be great. If I can get to 100 before Christmas, I will do a giveaway. Not deciding what it will be yet, but closer we get to it, I will let you guys know. It will be for subscribers only. So hopefully you guys can help me get to that 100 before Christmas. And I can move forward, keep moving forward with these videos, keep you guys entertained. Please comment as well. I want to see someone comment on this series. Again, it will still run alongside my WCW. It has taken a bit of a back burner at the minute, but we will be back with that at some point. because I am enjoying that save, and we will move forward with this. So hopefully we'll be getting 2 videos, hopefully moving forward. So yeah, please comment, like, subscribe. Until next time, guys, I have been CP Gaming. Thank you very much.